Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Let's Go Sportsball podcast. I'm Ron, joined by my co-host Owen. We're in a new setting. I know it looks a lot different. Unfortunately, the place that we were recording at on Sundays for the longest time has unfortunately closed down for good. It was unfortunate for both of us, but we still have other options. Obviously, we're in a new scenario, so or new scenery.
I'm trying to get like a room cleaned out in my house, and then we'll get like something set up in there so that it's more permanent. So as of right now, this is what we got. So yeah, we're making the most of it. So, there's been a lot going on in the sports week.
Especially football. Okay, you can stop now. That's hurting my shoulders.
There was a certain team that won against another certain team, and there was a certain victory. So, but before we get into all of that crap, let's get into some basketball. So, not much has been going on in the NBA as of recent. But one thing that I do want to mention is, Ja Morant, he of the infamous "Nah, I'm fine in the West" comment, ended up getting into it with a certain Klay Thompson of the Dallas Mavericks.
It doesn't work.
It feels wrong to say that. So, Ja Morant was basically just talking crap to him and saying all kinds of stuff, like calling him washed. And I think he called him washed. I don't remember for sure, but he was yelling at him during a game between the Grizzlies and the Mavericks. And Thompson said, quote, "It's funny you run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of been the whole story of his career so far."
Basically.
I mean, yeah, you're a guy who is more known for trying to act like he's gangsta and stuff like that. You're that guy, and you're talking to a superstar that has like four champion. No, not even four. He has five, right? He's got more than enough rings.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's won at least 3 or 4. I know for sure with Golden State,
because they won it in 17 and then 18, 19.
Don't remind me.
And then not 20 because that's when
Lakers
won. Yeah, so he won 4 because then the Warriors won in like 22 or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yep.
But yeah, so
So as we know, bless you.
Thanks.
As we know, of course, there was that whole thing with the gambling probe in the NBA with Chauncey Billups and Rozier, as well as there's multiple other players that are being investigated. Still have yet to hear facts on that or anything like that. But Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups pleaded not guilty to charges of wire fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering conspiracy on this past Monday, during his appearance at a federal courthouse in Brooklyn. Billups has been accused of being a, quote, face card, end quote, in a scheme that helped lure players to illegal poker games that tricked victims out of millions of dollars. All charges carry a maximum punishment of 20 years in prison if convicted.
Wow.
This is something like, I know a lot of people could say, well, and of course I'm going to be a little bit of hypocritical considering that
camera down a little.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that works.
I know I'm going to sound hypocritical considering I was getting mad about Class A getting investigated because of his...
Yeah, it's called bias.
Yes, but, I mean, I know a lot of people are going to say it's a company that makes millions, not off of views, or like not just off of views, ticket sales, all that kind of stuff. It's crazy, but it's in the world that it is today. I mean, it happens. It is going to happen for who knows how long until they say, hey, you can do this. But in this situation, I don't know. I can't really say much.
Yeah, so. and I mean, and you know, you bring up the Class A situation with the MLB, and I think it's similar. You know, like at the end of the day, like yes, you know, it like you can. You know, we can argue over and over about like, oh, well, the league makes millions off of gambling. But at the end of the day, you know, it's in the rule book. You know, You're not allowed to do that. And if you're going to break that rule and get in trouble, then you bring it on yourself. It's not, like you can't blame anybody but yourself. You can't be like, oh well, I felt pressure. Just say no.
Yeah.
Just say no to when people are telling you just gamble. Just don't do it. So back to the NBA, of course. The NBA is averaging 116.8 points per game, a rate that the league hasn't seen since the 1960s, which is insane.
It is, and the one thing that gets me is, like I've said, I remember when I started kind of watching basketball or getting really into basketball in like the early 2000s, and it was very rare, unless it went into overtime, that you saw 100 points or more. Unless it went into overtime, you wouldn't see it. And now it's like, ever since the new, I guess you could say, generation or new era has come in, it has changed to where it's 100. You see 100 plus points every single game.
Yeah, I mean, it happened when we were in Cleveland. You know, that both of those scores went up over 100.
I was gonna say both. It was like what, 124 to like one something, and I was like, I can't really say much. I wish it was back to the way it was. I wish it was back to where there weren't so many fouls being called that are so soft. Just let them play.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think a lot of this does come from Steph Curry. You know, he revolutionized the 3-pointers, because back then it was like maybe one or two guys would throw 3-pointers during a game, but I mean, you know, Steph Curry, he made that his entire thing. You know, he was, you know, he's a great player, but his 3-pointers, you know, that's one of the things that put him on the map as one of the greatest basketball players of all time and one of the best in this generation. I mean, you know, you don't he revolutionized that kind of thing, and you know, with other players trying to emulate that, that's what's helped. You know, these scores get to like up in the hundreds.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, there are going to be some more defensive players that come in and maybe bring that average back down a little bit more again. The Los Angeles Lakers are signing center Drew. I think it's Timmy. It's spelled weird. They're signing him to a 2-way NBA deal from their South Bay team, the South Bay Lakers, I believe they're called, according to his agents. Timmy played for the Nets to finish last season and then joined the Lakers G League, averaging 25.5 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. The Lakers are waiving center Christian Coloco to create roster space for Timmy. It's weird saying that.
I just keep thinking of the South Park character, and I kind of feel bad.
Yeah. 2 Suns minority owners claim majority owner Matt Ishbia has committed fraud by using the team as his, quote, personal piggy bank, end quote, and allege he failed to fund a recent capital call on time, per Front Office Sports. The suit alleged that Ishbia engaged in mismanagement, conflicts of interest, and a lack of required transparency. A spokesperson for the Suns said that the filing is a, quote, shameless shakedown dressed up as a legal process, end quote. I don't know. That one's kind of, it's hard to see because, I mean, I don't really watch or keep up with the Suns as much. So, and of course, we don't know what his, what's actually going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So.
In other news, Dallas Mavericks forward Anthony Davis, who was sidelined for the last month with a calf strain, plans to return to action with the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh, wait, he already did. He did. My bad.
Against his former team. However, the NBA Cup is going on. There is an updated one. Let me see if I can find it. There is an updated one that has happened, and now it's gone. Let's see. Let's go find the NBA Cup.
I'll be honest, I don't know, why do they do the in-season tournament? Do people actually care about the in-season tournament, or is it
honestly
just for fun?
I could not tell you.
Because, like, I don't know. It just looks like...
It's kind of...
It just looks like they're trying to make there be, like, a million ghosts. Because I don't really think people really pay attention to that.
Yeah, and of course I can't find... Oh, there it is. So, as the standings are right now in the Eastern Conference, the Toronto Raptors have clinched. Atlanta, Cleveland, unfortunately, Indiana, and Washington have all been eliminated.
Oh, well.
And that's in East Group A and East Group B. Orlando has clinched. Boston, Detroit, Philadelphia, and Brooklyn have been eliminated. In the Eastern Group C, the New York Knicks have clinched. Miami has clinched a wild card position. Milwaukee, Charlotte, and Chicago have all been eliminated. In the Western Conference, you have Oklahoma City Thunder clinching a spot. The Phoenix Suns, have clinched a wild card position. Minnesota, Utah, and Sacramento have all been eliminated. In the West Group B, the Lakers have clinched. Memphis, Los Angeles Clippers, Dallas, and New Orleans have all been eliminated. And finally, in West Group C, San Antonio Spurs have clinched. Denver, Houston, Portland, and Golden State are all eliminated. As far as everything else goes, the wild card games, the NBA Cup tournament officially starts tomorrow starts next week on December 9th. First off with Miami and Orlando facing off against each other. Then you also have the New York Knicks and the Raptors. On December 10th, you've got the Suns versus the Thunder and the Spurs versus the Lakers. And then whoever wins those will go to the games, and they will be at a neutral site. I think that's new this year. I like it better.
Thunk?
I like it better.
Getting into wait, was that it for basketball?
New. Have a few more.
Oh.
Have a few more. First off, New York Knicks guard Landry Shamet will be reevaluated in 4 weeks with a right shoulder sprain. Unfortunately, Seth Curry is to miss around a week or a little more with a quad contusion.
Ugh.
And that happens literally about 3 days before Golden State re-signs his brother. Like his actual brother. So Seth Curry intends to re-sign with the Golden State Warriors. Today it says, I haven't seen anything yet, Monday, to a deal for the remainder of the season. Curry, who shot an NBA best 45.6% from three-point range in 24-25, joins older brother Stephen on the Warriors for his 12th season in the league. That one's going to be fun. I would love to see the brothers actually play on the same team.
Yeah, we're just going to have to wait for that injury to get better.
Yeah, it may take a little bit.
Yeah. So, continuing on to baseball.
Surprisingly, I don't have any commitments.
Yeah, who'd have thunk? So, the Boston Red Sox have traded for three-time All-Star pitcher Sonny Gray. Per John Heyman, Gray at 36 is in the final year of his 3-year contract. So, so that's pretty big for Boston. I mean, they
need him.
Yeah, I mean their pitching was it was something, I guess.
Yeah.
Last year. So that should help them out at least a little bit.
Oh yeah. It's going to help them out a lot, just like this trade might help out a little bit more, too. The Mets are trading Brandon Nimmo to the Rangers for Marcus Semien, per multiple reports. I think that's going to help out quite a bit for not only the Rangers, but also help out with the New York Mets. They definitely need somebody really good on their team, and I think Semien is going to it's going to help them out a little bit. And where he is needed and everything.
Yeah, especially given their collapse last year. I mean, people figured, they're going to run away, but then with the conference, but then they just fell apart. Everything just started busting out of the seams, and then they just died. I mean, since And they're the only reason why Cincinnati even made it this year. So there is that. So some huge news coming for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are signing right-handed pitcher Dylan Cease to a 7-year, $210 million contract.
And
wow.
And this is, if I have read this correctly, this is the largest contract in Toronto Blue Jays history.
I would not be surprised.
I mean, he's going to be making $210 million over the next 7 years.
And I mean, it makes sense because Cease is one hell of a pitcher. And I mean, the Blue Jays, they have good pitching, but they're gonna want to get better. They're gonna want to get a lot better, especially after
after that unfortunate incident.
Great World Series though. Like, even though the Dodgers won, that was incredible.
The Blue Jays have also placed Easton Lucas on unconditional release waivers. He's expected to sign with a foreign pro team once he clears waivers. So it says foreign. So the question is he going overseas or is he just going across the border?
We'll have to see.
I'd say if they're saying foreign, he's probably going across seas.
Yeah.
So, Colorado Rockies. I don't know.
Do we need to say anything?
Not really, but I'm kind of confused at this. Warren Schaefer is returning as the Rockies manager.
Why? Did they not see what happened last year?
So Schaefer took over as the Rockies interim manager on May 11th after they started the season 7-33. So he did bring him back a little bit. So this is a different manager. But at least he's returning. Hopefully he can get Colorado back up a little bit more than what they were. Hopefully a little bit better, I should say. That one's going to be pretty big. So, well, I'll do that one last. The Los Angeles Angels
of Anaheim,
and third baseman Anthony Rendon are in talks of a buyout before the final year of his 7-year. You thought 210 was a lot? Get this. Of his 7-year, $245 million contract.
Wow.
Rendon, who spent the entire 2025 season recovering from hip surgery and is owed $38 million in 2026, is expected to retire. Now, I have yet to see anything on his retirement. The Orioles are also signing Ryan Helsley to a 2-year deal, according to multiple reports. So, and he has an opt-out after year 1. I think that's going to help him out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a solid player, and overall, I mean, the Orioles just suck. So they need way more than what they've got right now.
Well, let's go through this. I found a page that did the perfect fit for biggest names of the 2025-26 MLB free agent class. So at number 10,
we got Ranger Suarez, and it is predicted that he will go to the San Francisco Giants.
Now that's saying that is the best fit. Yeah. That is the perfect fit. Giants definitely need somebody like Suarez to help them out on the team. He's not performing as much with the Phillies, so hopefully he can help San Francisco out. Of course, Dylan Cease, as we covered earlier, he went to the Toronto Blue Jays. However, it says the best fit on here would be the Chicago Cubs. That one maybe. I don't know as much.
Yeah.
Toronto is a really great team. I don't think that Cease needs to go to the Cubs. The Cubs don't need any more help. They're doing as best as they can do.
As much as it kills you to say.
Yes, it does.
So according to this, it also says that Cody Bellinger's best free agent spot would be where he is now with the New York Yankees, and I do think that makes sense because I mean he's a fantastic player there, and overall, I mean it's best to try to keep the contending formula, but at the end of the day, I mean, if he wants out, he wants out.
Yep. The next one up would be Framber Valdez, who is on the Houston Trash Tros right now. They're saying his perfect fit would be at the New York Mets. I think that is a good thing he should do. I think he should look at looking into the New York Mets and actually go. I think it will be a good idea. Now this one, let's go across seas a little bit.
So Munetaka Murakami, apparently, according to this, his best free agent signing would be to go to the Miami Marlins. I actually think this is a good idea.
It would be, yes.
I mean, the Marlins, they're coming back. They all things considered, they had a pretty strong season. And you know, if they decide to go, be like, oh hey, I'm gonna go to Miami. That could help because I mean I don't think they're gonna be contending for a plallayoff spot yet, but
no.
But you know they're getting there. They're getting there.
But he could help out in so many ways with Miami. I think he's got a best fit there, and I think he needs to try to go there. Miami needs to push to try and get him to come there. Next up would be the former Boston Red Sox and former Houston Trash Tro, Alex Bregman. They're saying his perfect fit would be with the Detroit Tigers. I think, as much as I want to say that is not a good idea, it might help them out a little bit in their hitting area. Might help them out in their hitting more than it does anywhere else. Now, this one kind of shocks me.
At number 4, Pete Alonso. Apparently, his best fit would be the Boston Red Sox. I mean, I can kind of see that.
I can see it, but do I think it's going to be a perfect fit? Probably not. I mean, you're basically taking out one hitter who is a free agent and getting another one. So you're losing Alex Bregman and you're getting Pete Alonso, who is a former home run derby winner.
Yeah, and I mean, he's a great player.
Slugger,
so,
yes.
you know, it's a great way to reload the roster. Then it is predicted that Kyle Schwarber of the Philadelphia Phillies would go to the Pittsburgh Pirates. He would basically be going across state.
I mean, yes. I mean, I think this will work out really well because Pittsburgh needs a hitter. Kyle Schwarber is really good. So I think this might work as much as I'm confused, but it might help out a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the Pittsburgh Pirates, they're always getting carried by Paul Skeens, and frankly, it's a miracle he hasn't said, I want out, so whatever, you know.
Bo Bichetti, or Bichet, they're saying his best fit would be where he wants out of, which is the Toronto Blue Jays. I did see another one where somebody had said that a good fit for him or a team that really needs him is the Cleveland Indians. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. I think he would help out with the team just a little bit. So it could be almost anything. What?
And then lastly, we have Kyle Tucker. Apparently, his best fit would be the Los Angeles Dodgers of LA.
Huh? That didn't work.
I mean, hey, the rich get richer. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I don't. It throws me off because they don't really need anybody else. They've got a great stacked team. They don't really need Kyle Tucker on the team. So, but that's just them. I'll leave it at that.
Let's get into hockey. Let's get into some of the NHL. So, getting things started here. I recently saw on TSN, this is Craig Button's top 10 draft prospects for the upcoming 2026 NHL draft. Shut up.
Wake up.
At number 1 overall, and this is no surprise, Gavin McKenna of Penn State. I think this is pretty obvious. I mean, the guy, if you have not, like I said, if y'all have not watched Gavin McKenna, go watch him. He's fantastic. He's a lot like Nikita Kucherov, which, if that's any indication, the kid's going to be a stud.
Oh, yeah.
Then next up is Ivar Stenberg. Then at number three is Keaton Verhoef. I'm going to absolutely butcher some of these names, so I am very sorry.
Good luck.
Then Juho Piparinen. Piparinen. From Europe. A lot of these names are probably going to be from Europe. Then from the Sioux Greyhounds of
course, you know
of
which
the
that
OHL, I think.
There you go.
I don't remember. I think it's either that or QMJHL. I'm not sure. That would be Chase Reed. Then back to the team I don't know. Carson Carrolls would be going number 6. Number 7 overall from the Windsor Spitfires is Ethan Belchitz. Ooh, interesting pick. Then at number 8 would be Oliver Suvanto. Number 9, Tynan Lawrence. And number 10, Oscar Hemming.
Sorry, I was trying to move my thumb out of the way.
You're good. So I don't know. I think it'll be an interesting draft. I'm gonna want to look. I'm gonna try to look more into some of these prospects so I can give my my genuine opinion. I'm not sure what their positions are besides McKenna. So we'll get back to you on that. There's also been a lot of talk about the Edmonton Oilers because how do I put this? Their goaltending is absolute dog water.
Yeah,
it is really bad. So according to in the offseason, Oilers general manager Stan Bowman said we don't need a goalie. Meanwhile, Stuart Skinner in net in 17 games played has 8 wins, 1 shutout, a 3.0 goals against average, and a .885 save percentage. And Calvin Pickard in net in 8 games played, he only has 2 wins, 0 shutouts, 3.87 goals against average, and a .851 save percentage. Ouch.
Yeah.
And also the Oilers goalie duo of Skinner and Calvin Pickard have until Christmas to improve, or the team will explore the trade market. And it doesn't help that according to Martin Baron on whether or not on the Oilers' thoughts on their goaltending, he said, and I quote, "I feel like the room has lost the belief that Stuart Skinner can be the solution." And I 100% agree. He's basically Mike Smith if 90% of the time he's just really bad. Because Mike Smith is at the time of his career was an extremely inconsistent goaltender. 1 minute he's playing like prime Marty Brodeur, kind of like a guy on my tarp. But then in the next 5 seconds, he'd be like Swiss cheese. Edmonton knows this all too well because in 2022, he was their starting goalie. And what the hell? And 1 second, he'd be really good. And then the next second, he was helping them get swept by Colorado. And the worst thing is that I don't know who would want to trade for him because, you're basically offering a pile of cow dung in exchange for nothing. I guess the team that would want him would be like San Jose because they take everybody's bad contracts. But even then, really? Because they've done some good career revitalizations. They did that with Granlund. They did it with guys like Cody Ceci and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just don't see, and Jake Wallman. But I don't see them wanting a goaltender because they have Askarov, and he's also kind of a mess, but that's beside the point. I don't know. I just don't know who to want these guys, especially given how everybody knows. Hey, these guys suck. We're not gonna let them have them. But yeah, I guess if one team had to get him, it would probably be San Jose.
Yeah, probably. I want to get your opinion on this.
Sorry. Also, real quick, Oilers are a .886 save percentage is their lowest through 25 games since their inaugural NHL season in the 1979-1980 season. Yeah, your goaltending sucks ass.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue. Sorry about that.
What sucks for New York Islanders is a couple of players. Because, they don't suck. It just sucks that they're losing them. First, the Islanders will be without Alexander Romanov for about 5 to 6 months, as he will have shoulder surgery, according to the team.
Yeah.
As well as
He's a good, decent defenseman for him.
As well as just a couple of days ago, we found out that the Islanders have announced also that Kyle Palmieri,
Palmieri, I think.
Palmieri tore his ACL right before making an incredible assist. Palmieri will miss about 6 to 8 months.
Incorrect. He's out for the whole season.
Oh, they changed it?
Yep. He's out for the whole season.
So, and goes on out. It says on here, they say he goes out an absolute legend. Now, I will say, I do agree with that as an absolute legend, because he got hit and passed the puck at the same, like almost right before he got hit. And I mean, it's crazy to see the assist.
Yeah, Palmieri at the age of 34 had 6 goals, 18 points through 25 games played with the New York Islanders this season. So he wasn't doing too bad for for himself. And it definitely sucks because you want that veteran presence, especially around your first overall pick, around Matthew Schaefer. It's good to have that veteran presence with them to help him out here and there. But it's a bummer, man. It's a real bummer.
Speaking of veteran, the Canucks have made, quote, veteran, unquote, players available for trade.
Wow.
Apparently, they are reportedly not listening to offers for Quinn Hughes at this time.
Yeah, you know who wants in on him. New Jersey, they're gonna want him because they're made of glass. They could definitely use a bit better defense, and good to have the brothers reunite. But I've been hearing a lot about Vancouver wanting players, but one player that I've been hearing is Steven Stamkos, former captain for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And Lightning legend, actual Lightning legend.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that they've been wanting him, and I gotta be honest, I do kind of get it because their center core is screwed. Like the only center that they have Elias Pettersson, who's good, I guess, and then they have Philip Hedl, who's always injured. And the rest are just guys I don't know. So I don't know. I think it could work, but at the same time, I don't know. Like I've been seeing a lot of people call Steven Stamkos washed, and frankly, I think that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Stamkos is way, way on the older side compared to other guys. He's played for the Lightning for pretty much his entire career. He was playing with guys like Hedman and Point and Kucherov and all those dudes. And the thing is that they built the team around him. He went to Nashville, a completely new system, a completely new roster, completely new coach, completely new everything. And he works best when the team is built around him, and the team that isn't built around him isn't going to complement his skills. Yeah. He's very much like Alexander Ovechkin in that he can shoot, from that dot very, very well. That was basically his thing. And he had 40 goals in his last season with Tampa. Yeah. He wasn't washed. He was balling out as per usual. But now that he's with a completely different team, he's not going to be playing as well because he's not being built around like he was in Tampa Bay. So, and I have actually been hearing that Tampa is looking at getting him back, which I don't know. I think that'd be cool because, it'd be good to have the captain back, but I don't know I don't really know if forward depth is our problem. Defense has always been the issue, but with Charles-Edouard Dastou, I think, that kind of thing's been solved. And even our goaltending is better. Yeah. Charles-Edouard Dastou is a defenseman, and I saw him score his first ever NHL goal live. I was there in person at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, and I watched that game, and he scored the goal, and I lost my mind. Really cool, really cool.
Oh, yeah.
So, speaking of your Tampa Bay Lightning, Brandon Hagel started this season with 0 goals and 1 point in 7 games played. And I was hearing everybody say, they're like, he's washed, he sucks, yada, yada, yada. But, here's the big but, he just needed a little time. And then, in 17 games played, Oh boy. He has scored 15 goals, has 26 points, and that's all you need to say. I mean, he has been insane. I will always say Chicago made a big mistake sending him packing because he has been a beast in Tampa Bay. Brandon Hagel is the greatest hockey player of all time. Who the hell is Wayne Gretzky?
I'm going to fight you.
Well, okay.
Get your butt back up here.
You grabbed my hair. That hurt.
I didn't mean to. Alex Teixeira.
Look, Alex Texier. You made that insanely difficult on yourself for no reason.
Okay, well, you have to understand.
No. I do understand, but
It's like every time that I think I get it right, it's like a complicated name.
Dude, don't worry. I get that all the time.
But
I had that with the draft, with like the players on the draft, like Piparinen.
Yes, but the Montreal Canadiens are signing Texier.
Texier.
Close
There
enough.
you go.
To a 1 year, $1 million AA. What the heck?
1 by 1. Why not?
1 year, $1 million AAV contract. Huh? What? Why only pay the guy $1 million?
It's the NHL. They're not gonna pay him that much money. Come on.
Touché.
I mean, the salary cap is going up soon though, so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a decent enough for it, but I don't really know if they needed to extend him by that much, but what do I know?
But they are extending somebody else.
They're extending somebody else, and this is worthwhile in my opinion. So, the Montreal Canadiens are re-signing Mike Matheson to a 5-year, $6 million contract. I think this is a pretty good idea. I mean, Matheson, he's been a solid defenseman for them, and and Montreal's a team on the rise after basically wallowing in their own filth for the past 2 years.
Yep.
Like since 2021. So I think this is helping them.
And that contract is worth $30 million over the total of 5 years. It's $6 million AAV.
Yeah. The Montreal Canadiens, in my opinion, they're a team of questions. Like how are guys like Lane Hudson and Ivan Demidov gonna do? Because I mean Demidov, that's his nickname apparently. I mean he was heavily touted as one of the better guys going into Montreal, and last season, that city loved the man. So I'm hoping to see some improvement in Montreal soon, because as of right now, in the Atlantic Division, the Montreal Canadiens are third in the Atlantic, only being beaten out by number 2 Boston, and at number 1.
About damn time.
Your Tampa Bay Lightning.
About damn time that y'all got back up.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very slow start, and
of course,
I was ready to call to just to sit in the corner and cry for the whole season.
But then again, I can't say anything now. I almost caught myself. I did catch myself. I can't say anything now, considering that we're at the bottom. Every single time
the Columbus Blue Jackets are unfortunately at the bottom of the Metropolitan.
It's like every single time we talk about one team being so good or so bad, it flips. I need to stop doing that. We need to stop doing that.
Oh, no, I do my team. No. Oh, sorry.
You're good. But the New York Rangers, who are
mid.
They
just suck. They're 7th in the Atlantic. The Metropolitan. How are you worse than the Rangers? Go sit in the corner and think about what you did.
Shut up. Unfortunately, they are placing Jonathan Quick on injured reserve.
Ooh.
They placed him on injured reserve with a lower body injury.
That's tough. That's really tough.
How many goals do you think are going to be scored now?
Dude, Igor Shesterkin should not have signed that contract. He should have gone to Montreal.
We're going to see something the next day or tonight saying Igor has asked for a trade. It's like, huh?
I mean, he did get signed to the biggest contract for a goalie, so I don't know who's going to want to take on that kind of money. Like, even my friend Jackson. I'm kidding. I'm not going to laugh at him too much because working on the Winter Classic, baby, and the Stadium Series. I'm not like even he was like, yeah, we shouldn't have signed him to that big of a contract because if he just starts like not giving a crap about the game, he's gonna want out, and nobody's gonna want to take on that kind of deal. So have fun with that. Continuing onwards, Anze Kopitar is only 10 points away from reaching 1,300 career points. So 1,300 career points. He only needs 18 more points to become the all-time points leader for the LA Kings.
Ooh.
So, and Kopitar is projected to have the 38th most points in NHL history by the time he retires. He's projected to finish his career with 1,325 points and 556 career goals. So I mean, what a career for Mr. Tired Eyes himself. I mean, if you guys know me, you know that Kopitar is one of my favorites. Like, I'm not a big Kings guy, but I got nothing but for respect for the guy. I really don't think anybody hates him, which is interesting. Like, I mean, how can you hate him? He's just a guy.
Yeah,
he's just that guy.
So, unfortunate news for the Seattle Kraken. They announced that Jaden Schwartz is expected to miss approximately at 6 weeks with a lower body injury.
Yeah.
Technically, about 6 weeks. 6 weeks, technically down to 5 about now. So
yeah, and something funny that always kind of makes me chuckle. I love it when people say, "Oh, the like no state income tax is the reason why Florida teams win championships." Oh, the Panthers only won because no state income tax. Yeah, whoever says that, immediately slap them in the face and point at the Kraken because Washington has no state income tax, and yet the Kraken are so mediocre it makes my eyes itchy. Yeah. Like, there's no state income tax there. They still suck. But, I mean, they're 4th in the Pacific, and the Pacific's a freaking mosh pit, so what do I know? I just work here. And speaking of the Pacific, the San Jose Sharks, who are not at the bottom of the Pacific for once. How about that? Yeah, it's Calgary. Calgary sucks. So, as of right now, there are Macklin Celebrini, the first overall pick in the 2024 NHL draft, has hit the 100 points career mark. I mean, I'm just gonna say he's better. He's better than Bedard.
Oh yeah,
he is. I think he's better than Bedard. I mean, what a guy! What a season he's been having. What a rookie season he had. I mean, the guy is a stud and a half. So I think this is entirely worth it. Now, let's get into some football. Now, before we get into anything else, Ron. The game happened.
Yes.
How are you feeling, buddy? Tell the folks how you feel.
I'm happy, honestly. I'm glad that it happened. We started. Ohio State started getting calls against them that I don't think should have been called. Especially, and you can agree with me whether you like Ohio State or not. You can agree with me. There was one that should have been an ejection and was not.
Yeah.
Made me absolutely mad. We would have had a lot more points if they would have gone through with that.
That was so ridiculous.
I couldn't. I was about to jump through my screen.
Dude, you were jumping around and yelling no like a child having a tantrum. It was hilarious.
Shut up.
So yeah, overall rivalry week was an absolute
banger.
Classic. So Texas took down Texas A&M 27-17, which is a shame because Texas A&M, man, they were undefeated. They were
number
really
3.
Good. Then Georgia, unsurprisingly, took down Georgia Tech 16-9.
I wouldn't say they, unsurprisingly, it could have gone either way. Georgia Tech has done an amazing job this season. I cannot downplay them at all. They have
fair enough
done an amazing job. Why?
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've done an amazing job. Same thing. I mean, I really don't want to talk crap about this team. Indiana versus Purdue. Indiana did win.
Handily.
So, they're undefeated just like Ohio State is undefeated. So, it comes down to one last game, and I'll explain that here shortly once I get through majority of the college football stuff.
Yeah. So, continuing on with the other team games from rivalry week. Arizona beat Arizona State 23-7.
Seeing that game, it was just like Arizona was just a different team.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely crazy. They deserve to be ranked, and they deserve to be ranked in the top 20 now.
Yeah, it's surprising because, they don't have Scattaboo or McMillan anymore, so,
Doesn't matter. They've done a good job, but it's just Levitt. Levitt is the problem.
Sam Levitt, man. Yeah. Then continuing onwards,
let me just... Come here, buddy. I know. A 6-year
Diego
streak
Pavia happened as the...
6-year streak has been broken.
Don't remind me. Diego Pavia happened in all of his glory. As Vanderbilt took down Tennessee 45-24. That was some BS, but I'm not going to get into it.
Whatever.
Then Oregon and Washington played and beat... Oregon beat Washington 26-14. Then, of course, the Iron Bowl with Alabama and Auburn.
Auburn was so close.
Yeah, Bama beat Auburn 27-20. Then UCLA and USC played. USC beat UCLA 29-10. And then Virginia beat Virginia Tech 27-7.
And then this one, California upset SMU 38-35.
Yeah. And the last one we'll talk about, Ron, take it away.
Let's go. The Ohio State University beat out the team up north,
Michigan.
If you didn't see our Instagram story, this little cocky SOB thought it would be a good idea to wear a shirt that he made.
Yeah, I bought some white shirts at Target and wrote "Go Michigan" on it. Yeah.
Yeah, he thought that would be a smart idea.
It was hilarious. Come on, you thought it was funny.
Now
too,
I took that shirt off, ripped it up.
I had a shirt on underneath, so it's fine.
Yes. I was originally going to burn it, and then I saw my manager out in the parking lot, so I can't really do that. But video coming shortly.
Oh no, but that was already on the story.
Oh, I know. But it's going to happen some point. The video of me burning that shirt will happen at some point.
I mean, I told you to burn in the bonfire yesterday, but, you didn't.
We forgot it.
Yeah.
But it's still great. Yes, 4 years is finally done. It's funny how the team up north decided to block the M. They should have been, or protecting the M. They should have been protecting the M in the end zone because obviously their defense ain't that good.
Yeah, I do want to mention though the reason why they were protecting it was because Ohio State did try to plant the flag. They ended up bringing it to midfield, and then Ohio State staff and of course Ryan Day ended up being like, "Hey, no, stop! Don't try to run it over there."
It is a good idea that they. It's a good idea that they did stop them from doing that. I don't care if it's my own team planting the flag, if it is Tennessee, if it is the team up north. There is no place to be doing that. I don't give a crap if you think it is something cool. Baker Mayfield, you started something that should have never happened, and you should have gotten your ass laid out.
Buddy, you're just upset because he doesn't play for the Browns anymore, and he's balling out with your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But all that aside, let's just point the finger and laugh at Michigan a little bit because
Bryce Underwood,
their $12 million quarterback Bryce Underwood had a similar stat line against OSU as Davis Warren. He had 9 out of 16 passing yards. He had out of 16 passing. David Warren did. He made 9 passes out of 16 attempts. He had 62 passing yards with 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And as for Bryce Underwood, out of 18 passes, only 8 were completed. He had 63 passing yards and 0 touchdowns and 1 interception. Absolute clown fest.
Yes, exactly. It proves that Ohio State is the team in the nation and deserves to stay at number 1.
Sportsball. Also, Jeremiah Smith, have yourself a day.
Yes.
It was his 20th birthday when this happened.
God, that makes me feel old.
Okay, Grandpa, let's get you back to
He's also older than you, isn't he?
I don't know. I actually have no idea.
20 years.
Okay, yeah. He's 20?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's the point. Yeah. So yeah, he's like a year older than me, and he's a year older than me, and I still don't have a damn car. So,
and you're also not making millions.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? You guys spent $20 million on a trophy. I can't be upset.
Okay.
Come on. All right, I'm not.
Get out of here.
Stop. So, and with that, Michigan has been eliminated from college football playoff contention. This is the first W over the Wolverines since 2019, and the Buckeyes will now face Indiana in the Big Ten championship game next week.
Okay, that's not next week. This Saturday.
That's
where I was getting to later on. It's the number one versus number. So far, it's the number one versus number two matchup. College Game Day did announce that they are not going to a number one versus number two matchup.
Wow.
They're going to the SEC championship. Who gives a crap? This is the third year in a row that they've done Georgia in the SEC championship, basically. I'm sorry,
teams.
It's a number one versus number two team.
They're really good
Both
teams.
Both undefeated teams, but oh well. But moving back into college football, I'm going to try and go through.
It just means more.
Whatever. I'm going to try to go through a lot of stuff.
So, let's just fire it off.
So, first off, Cal has fired their head coach, Justin Wilcox. The firing comes in the wake of a 31-10 loss to rival Stanford last weekend. In 9 seasons, he went 48-55 as Cal's head coach. This would have marked his 5th bowl game if he would have stayed. This is an official release. The College Football Playoff and ESPN have mutually agreed to extend the deadline for finalizing the future postseason format. If you don't know what it's talking about, they don't know whether they're going to go to actually a 24 team or they're going to stick at 12. They have related format and related structural decisions from December 1st today to January 23rd, 2026. A couple more things, a lot of firings and signings. Oklahoma State is expected to hire North Texas coach Eric Morris. Morris will coach out the Mean Green's remaining games, including both a potential American Conference title game appearance and college football.
The real OSU.
Okay. Let's see a couple more. North Dakota State head coach Tim Pulisic has agreed to, in principle, to a new 7-year contract, which will bring him through the 2033 season. The new deal includes a significant raise, additional staff money, and more program responses. North Dakota State is 12-0 this year, won the 2024 national title in Pulisic's first year and is the number 1 overall seed in the FCS playoffs. If you don't know what the FCS is, they are just a division lower, basically Division 1 AA, as they say. Bison Athletic Director Matt Larson pushed for this deal as Pulisic has been pursued by multiple FBS suitors this cycle. I got to get through all my stuff.
Also, class of 2026 defensive lineman Darius McKinley has flipped his commitment from LSU to Ohio State University. The 6'3", 265-pound defensive lineman from Lafayette, Louisiana, has committed to the Tigers since August, but then he just flipped over to the nutcases.
Hey now,
the nutter butter nut jobs.
Colorado State is expected to make UConn coach Jim Mora the school's next head coach.
He looks like Hugh Jackman.
Okay,
Tell me I'm wrong. He does.
Mora is coming off a back-to-back 9 wins seasons at UConn, a school that hadn't had a 9-win football season since, get this, 2007.
Wow. That's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, but it happens to some of those schools. Nebraska is preparing for the possibility of Dylan Raiola to enter the portal, the transfer portal.
Wow.
So that is huge. Nebraska is preparing for that so that he could enter. But, I mean, it's absolutely huge. He originally did commit to Ohio State and then switched his commitment to Nebraska to follow family. Now, of course, I don't know anything specific on why he went there, but it's something that I will never know. So, as you know, LSU did fire, quote unquote, fire Brian Kelly, but he actually was never terminated. He was never officially terminated. Brian Kelly was informed 5 days ago in writing that he's been terminated by LSU without cause. This means LSU is set to owe him the nearly $54 million remaining, $54 million remaining on his contract. That's gonna hurt LSU quite a bit.
Well, yeah, but I mean, after all that stuff that came out from certain players like Matthew Langlois or something like that. I mean, I get why, because Brian Kelly does not have a good reputation among the locker room, from what I hear. So, I mean, I get it. I get why they would want him out, because it's like the same situation with what's his name?
I don't know.
UNC.
Bill
Belichick. It's the same situation with him. He's been a cancer in the locker room. He's been trash in college, and that's what Brian Kelly is, man. He's been just as bad, but he doesn't have like a 23-year-old girl hanging off of his his arm.
Chill.
I should definitely stop before she demands Bill fire me for something that I haven't even done.
So you may recognize this name, a Pro Football Hall of Fame legend, Marshall Faulk.
Wow.
Has accepted the head coach job at HBCU, historically black college universities, Southern University, on a 3-year deal. He was the Colorado running backs coach this season under Deion Sanders. It is crazy to see him. Of course, I'm happy that he's going to I think he's going to a good school.
Yeah.
I think it's going to help him out a lot. Missouri coach Elijah Drinkwitz has agreed to a new contract with the school. There's an increase in salary for Drinkwitz to an average of more than $10.7 million over the 6-year deal, and an increased commitment to staff and salary pool. He'll make $10.25 million in 2026, an increase from the $9 million he made in 2025. Another commitment that has flipped: Winslow, a four-star cornerback, Julian Peterson, has flipped his commitment from Penn State to UNC.
Have fun there, bucko.
I mean,
telling him that doesn't work.
It doesn't.
After Arkansas hired Ryan Silverfield as their next coach, immediately fans began protesting, like Mavericks fans did after Luka got traded. Signs were seen that said "God save Arkansas, save the program" and stuff like that. So, and people were, wearing bags over their heads and stuff like that, because that's very common. So,
So
I'm not surprised.
I'm gonna run through a couple more things. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, but I couldn't really do a lot of it or couldn't cover a lot of it in this episode. So it is official now. Lane Kiffin has announced he is headed to Baton Rouge after 6 seasons with Ole Miss and a 55-19 record with 3 bowl wins. I don't know what he's thinking. I understand they offered him over $90 million, nearly $100 million to come to LSU, but you're leaving. He's not going to coach. for their CFP, for the college football playoff run that Ole Miss has. He can't coach. They've already gotten a new head coach. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, Ole Miss fans are not happy. They are not happy at all because after on the way to the airport, apparently Ole Miss fans were trying to run him and his family off the road, which is insane. Like, I understand being upset, but like, that's way too far, dude. You don't do that.
Yeah, no, that is quite a bit. So we do have a lot of awards that are going on.
By the way, I have one more thing. 4-star linebacker Matthew Lema has flipped his commitment from Penn State to Virginia Tech.
There's no doubt.
Crazy. And I gotta say, I'm liking what Virginia Tech is doing, even though they just lost to Virginia. And I think this is speaking a lot about Penn State because we've been seeing a lot of prospects flip from Penn State over to there. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that is going on. Finally, what I'm going to cover in college football, there was a lot going on, but the last thing I'm going to cover is the championship games. The conference championship games are set. I'm going to cover the major ones that everybody is basically talking about and everything that's going on. So in the Big Ten championship, it's your number 1 Ohio State Buckeyes versus the number 2 Indiana Hoosiers. This is going to be a good game. It's a battle of undefeated teams.
I mean, somebody's getting handed their first loss, and I'm going to be honest, I hope it's Ohio State.
And we'll see.
So,
screw you.
In the SEC championship, you have number 4 Georgia going up against number 10 Alabama. In other words, same old crap.
Yes. In the Big 12 championship is number 11 BYU and number 5 Texas Tech. BYU could do something that is huge and force Texas Tech to drop down a lot more. Another one that could shake up the college football playoffs.
Then the ACC championship will be against Duke. That's a bit random, but okay.
Who is unranked.
And number 18, Virginia.
This could be huge because I think if Duke does happen to win the ACC championship, they're going to upset Virginia and take their hopes away of making it to the college football playoffs. And finally, in the AAC championship, it is unranked North Texas versus number 24 Tulane. This one, I think it's not going to make much of a difference. Tulane is too far away to be in the playoffs, but they could still North Texas could spoil Tulane's hopes of winning a conference championship. Now, moving on to the NFL, there's a lot of stuff going on in the NFL. First one I want to cover, if I can find it again, is basically Michael Strahan to Myles Garrett. He said, sack record, it's been nice knowing you. Myles Garrett, he is coming for the record books. Right now, Michael Strahan in his whole career has had 22 and a half sacks in his NFL sack record. Myles Garrett, at the time of this, when this was released, I believe he does have more after the, I could be wrong, after the San Francisco game, but he has 18 sacks currently through 11 weeks. Myles Garrett needs 5 more sacks in 6 games for the record. I mean, so far with the 18 sacks, he's already broken the Browns single season sack record. I mean, it is absolute. It's crazy. It's crazy how he is and how he is done throughout the whole entire season. I think he's going to break that record, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't really find it because the NFL app sucks.
So he does have 1 more sack. He did get one more sack, and he is at 19 currently right now. So he only needs 4 more to break that record. I have a feeling he will do it. And that's just me. I want to see him break that record.
Yeah.
They've got the Titans first, who are
terrible.
Yes, 1-11. Offensive line is not that good. So I think he'll get at least 2 or maybe 2 sacks, maybe 3. He might even get the record by then.
Let's just start playing taps for Cam Ward right now.
But he's got... and then the Browns have the Bears. The
Bears.
In the week after that, on December 21st, unfortunately, they got to face Buffalo. This is going to be a fun one. Then on December 28th, they face the Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Thank you. And then they face, finally, in the Battle of Ohio, they face the Cincinnati Bengals as the final game of the season. I think if he does not get it in this next game, I think he at least gets it in the next few. I think he'll get it in the remaining games, at least 2 or 3 in the remaining games, if not. I mean, it's huge what he is doing.
Speaking of the Cleveland Browns, Shedeur Sanders did something. Shocking. Shedeur Sanders is the first Browns quarterback since the team was brought back in 1995 to win his first career start. They've had 17 They've had 17 straight games with first-time starting quarterbacks losing, and not anymore. So, Ron, is Shedeur Sanders him? Is he the answer?
I can't really say much on it. Yes, you could say you can't help out a Browns player, or you can't help out a Browns fan or support him. It's just one of those. I need to see more improvement. His last 2 games, yes, he got a win. Yes, then he gets a loss. I need to see improvement. He wasn't throwing that much. He's not making as many completions yet. So there's improvement there that he needs. Dylan Gabriel, yes, you could say he didn't do as good, but he has done an amazing job at what he has done in the past couple of games, in my opinion.
Debatable.
Whatever. But moving over to the western half of the United States, Raiders have decided to part ways with Chip Kelly, a former Ohio State offensive coordinator, and you decide to go to the NFL. Buddy, you should have stayed with Ohio State.
Yeah.
You would have been better off there. And your team wouldn't be in the situation that they are now. Owen, I think you can explain why.
So, the not Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders have been eliminated from playoff contention. The Raiders' playoff win drought will continue as they have not won a postseason game since 2003. Wow, they got smacked that hard by the Bucs in the Super Bowl. They just were like, screw it, we're not winning, we're not going to the playoffs anymore because why not? But yeah, there have been a lot of other teams that have been getting eliminated. For example, the team that Cleveland is facing soon, the Tennessee Titans, have also been eliminated. And I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that they weren't eliminated first, but whatever, because they've been in just an unbelievable disaster. I mean, Callahan has sucked. Pretty much everything has sucked. Cam Ward is getting left out to dry, and he's literally... They have no O-line. They have no defense. They have no receivers. The only good player is basically Cam Ward.
Basically, the Cardinals have also been eliminated from playoff contention. In the offseason, the moves that they made: defensive end Josh Sweat, defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson, quarterback Jacoby Brissett, and linebacker Akeem Davis Gaither. Big in-season moments that they've had is Kyler Murray sustained an injury in Week 5. Jacoby Brissett took over at QB, which he has done pretty good. And Jacoby Brissett also broke the NFL record for most pass completions in a game, which is absolutely crazy. Looking ahead,
I'm starting to think that Brissett should just start quarterback instead of Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's been pretty mid.
He has. as looking ahead, currently, Arizona Cardinals have 7 picks in the 2026 draft. They've got round 1, 2. They have draft 1 through round 1 through 7.
There you go.
That's all they have. It's just round 1 through 7. They could almost build a whole entire team from what they could get in those games or in those picks. Another team that has been eliminated.
The New Orleans Saints. They have been terrible. Like, wow. So, honestly, nothing's been going right for them because, I mean, Kelvin Banks Jr. has been okay. Tyler Shuck has been more like Tyler Suck, am I right? More like Tyler Suck, am I right?
Yes.
But yeah, he's been terrible. And, do you think they missed Derek Carr yet?
Yeah, considering that he retired. I mean, they definitely needed him badly. Like, they needed him badly.
Yeah, because Shuck hasn't been good. Rattler hasn't been good. I mean, the Saints, they've just been a mess this entire season. So I don't blame them for dying on the field. Then, unfortunately, this one does kind of suck, which is weird because this is the first team that got eliminated. The New York Giants have been eliminated. Yeah. Now, while this really does, blow, I will say there is hope. There is hope. Jackson Dart has been incredible this season.
Yes.
He's been a great quarterback and stuff like that. And, of course, you have the legend of he is the new Mike Allstott in Cam Scatterbo. They have both been very, very good.
Oh, yeah.
So they have hope in the future. Just get a better O-line, get better receivers and stuff like that, and you'll be good to go.
Yep. Unfortunately for the Lions, their cornerback is to undergo surgery.
Terrion Arnold, yep.
Yes, Terrion Arnold is out for the season. As it says on here, that's what I was reacting to earlier, and what we would get to. One thing, even though this guy is injured, he is still done great. So Daniel Jones, a.k.a. Indiana Jones.
Or Danny Dimes.
Yes. In addition to dealing with a lower leg injury, he apparently suffered a fracture in his fibula. Jones was a full participant in practice a few days ago, and he did play this past Sunday. I did have him on fantasy. He did get, according to here, 16.14 fantasy points.
Oh, God, we're going into fantasy now.
Well, I was just giving...
I don't know if I won, actually. I have to check.
You did. Well, there's one more game tonight that you got to get through. So, and hopefully you don't... Please win.
I need him to win. He's on my fantasy team.
Yes.
Yeah, so in other news... Frank Ragnow, former center for the Detroit Lions, is coming out of retirement to rejoin Detroit. Wow. Okay.
It's crazy.
And speaking of O-lines,
Yes.
This is bad news for the New England Patriots. Their first round pick of this year, offensive tackle Will Campbell, who suffered a knee injury, will be going on injured reserve. So in his draft interview, he said, "I'm going to fight and die to protect Drake May with everything I got." Looks like he died.
Basically,
He'll be okay, though.
But the Bills are signing Brandon Cook, a wide receiver formerly with the New Orleans Saints, and they have released wide receiver Elijah Moore. Now, we have seen some of the games. Elijah wasn't doing as well as he should have been this season, but at least they picked up another really good wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, receiving help has kind of been a big issue for Buffalo this year because, guys like Keon Coleman just randomly decided, like, he had some decent games and he just decided, I'm going to play like crap for the rest of my life. And then, you can't rely on Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid for that long. You gotta at least try to put some. You got to put the ball in the hands of other people besides, Josh Allen or James Cook. But I mean, Josh Allen, he recently just got 76 career rushing touchdowns with one of those being against the who did they play?
Pittsburgh.
Against the Steelers.
Steelers?
Against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There you go.
Against the Pittsburgh Steelers, he has broken the record for most career rushing touchdowns, most by a quarterback in NFL history, which is insane.
He beat Cam Newton's record.
Yeah, so I mean, Josh Allen, man, what else can you say besides
Lamar Jackson? Who?
Lamar Jackson? Who does he beat?
Probably, in my opinion, one of my favorite players outside of the Cleveland Browns, Adam Thielen, has announced that he will be retiring at the end of the season after being released by the Vikings. Let's see. Literally this morning.
Yeah.
7 hours ago. So he announced his retirement. He stated he would like to sign with the team competing in the postseason. Hopefully, we'll see. I would love to see him get picked up if he does, but he is in his 12th NFL season. He is an amazing, literally an amazing player. I have watched him growing up, and I wish he would stay in the NFL because he is the one very few remaining players that I used to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because Adam Thielen, he was great in Carolina, but then, he just started not playing well, and then eventually he got to Minnesota where he basically became
popped off.
Where he was just not good, know, and it doesn't help that their quarterback sucks. I'm sorry, 9 is not good.
Now,
so anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, tell all your friends, and go Sportsball.